Hi, I'm Mary from Radical Edge, and I'm here to talk to you about how to pick the proper running shoe for you.
This would be what we refer to the upper. This is your toe box. This is your insole, which actually comes out of the shoe. A lot of companies will have extra cushioning underneath that as well, just again for that person who has their own orthotic or extra insert to go in the shoe. Then you have your midsole, which is the white part here, and then you have your sole. And this can be a combination of rubber and other materials. Each company will have their own cushioning system. Some companies use airbags, some companies use gel, some companies use grids, and it just depends on what works for you and what feels the best for your foot. First and foremost, we have to figure out what's going on with your foot. What is your foot strike pattern? Most people either fall into one of three categories. They overpronate, underpronate, or are neutral. Overpronators have a tendency to roll too far inward. What I mean by pronating is as you go through your gait cycle, you do heel strike, roll in, and come off your toes. Those who overpronate have a tendency to come in, roll in, and stay in. The problem with that is you end up with shin splints, knee problems, hip problems, back problems. Those people who are underpronators have a tendency to come to the outside of their shoe. That person generally has a very high arch and what we would call a rigid foot. They're not using that natural arch to cushion every strike of their foot. To determine whether or not you fall into the three categories I just mentioned, I would measure your foot to measure your arch length and how flexible it is, and also observe your running and gait style. From there, we'd be able to determine which category you would fall into. We have motion control, stability, and neutral shoes. Motion control are generally for those individuals who overpronate. That person needs extra reinforcement through the inside or the medial side of the shoe to help to keep them from rolling inward. For those people who only mildly pronate or mildly roll in, which is the majority of the population, a slighter, smaller posting is required. Those who are doing longer distance may also look for an extra bit of posting or support on the inside of the shoe as well. And that's usually determined by a darker bit of gray. This material here is what we call a dual density. This is softer, this is harder. Cushion supportive shoes are great shoes if you have an orthotic. Reason being is it's got a much straighter last, a nice solid platform to take that orthotic. So someone who's a little heavier or who needs more support from the shoe would benefit greatly from this kind of shoe. The next shoe, the neutral, you can tell the difference between the two. This shoe has a lot more cutaway to it, makes the shoe a lot lighter, and it has a little less cushioning. So for that person who's looking for a little bit more performance from their shoe, this category would be for them. The performance category is definitely for that person who needs something for race day or for their speed work. This category is not good for long distance running. The shoe will break down very quickly, but if you're looking for that really lightweight, fast turnover shoe, this is the shoe and the category to go to.